سلام به دوستای گیم بازم، خوش اومدین به پارت سوم بازی الن ویک و بریم که داشته باشیم.
The sane world reasserted itself.
خب ما تا اینجا فهمیدیم که یهو دیدیم صدای دوست دخترمون اومد و رفتیم سمتش و از تصادف ماشین سر در آوردیم. آلیس اصلا نبود. بعد اون شخصیتی که هی صداش میکرد اسمش چی بود؟ یه آقایی بود، اون یکی از شخصیت‌های داستانیشه و من بعد زیرنویس تازه فهمیدم قضیه چیه. خدا رو شکر که زیرنویس کردم و اینکه حالا بریم ببینیم چی میشه.
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
ببین به خدا میفهمم چی میگه ها، هول میکنم یا مثلا نمیتونم حواسم به دوتا چیز باشه، یا گیم بازی کنی یا مثلا ترجمه کنی. یعنی مثلا خیلی جاها دیدم از رو هول شدن اشتباه بهتون گفتم. این چی میگم ترجمه فقط در حد اینکه ببینم نفهمیدم یا خودم نظرمو میگم. میدونی چی میگم؟
I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to call for help.
میگه که باید بریم گاز استیشن، یعنی همون جایی که پمپ بنزین اینجور چیزا هست، بنزین بزنیم که دارم راه اشتباه میرم. خب شاید جایی که سیف شده و برده بازش اینجوری سیف طوری نیست، یا خودش سیف میکنه. بعد اپیزود گونه داره.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
اینجوری که رفتیم با هم میگه که
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost. I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
میگه که من داخل تلویزیون بودم، مثلا در دیوونه چیزی شدم، مثلا نمیتونم باور کنم یه همچین چیزی. مثلا کلا انگاری که این داستان کتابا اونا به هم ریخته، زندگیش هم حتی به هم ریخته، همه جوری اصلا خواب درست. خدا رو شکر لندن پلیس.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker. You are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen. I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake. Not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head.
Are you
okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station. Okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
که برام اتفاق افتاد و توضیح بدم این که توی جنگل چه اتفاقی برام افتاد. من باور نمیکنه قضیه آلیس و اینجور چیزا. خب راست میگی. تازه شروع شد. چه جالب ایش وسطش خودشه. اپیزود 1 تموم شد. کپی رایت نداشته باشه. من مجبورم این آهنگا رو قطع کنم. واقعا نمیدونم کپی رایت داره یا نه. برو بعدی.
Previously on Alan Wake.
آنچه
I came to
گذشت
write calls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here.
آنچه گذشت که دیگه نمیخوایم. نیو سیتی. رفتیم یه جای جدید 3 سال قبل. یا نه اگو بعد 3 سال قیافه‌م عوض شد.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie.
بیا
How
اینجا
was it?
عزیزم.
This is Alan
Worst
Wake's
weather I've
story,
ever seen.
told from his perspective and his point of view.
واقعیه؟
At the same time, Alice
واقعیه؟
is a hugely important character. She has very little screen time, but the scenes we have Wake together with Alice, we learn a lot about Wake as a character. And Alice remains as his motivation through the whole experience. Do we actually clearly get to see Alice as a person, or are we seeing the version of Alice that Alan Wake sees or thinks she is? Because he is very much wrapped around his own struggle, his own flaws and thoughts.
I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
یه جوری انگار مثلا عکس‌ها رو ببین. انگار مثلا نمیدونم چجوری بهتون بگم. فکر کنم برگشتیم به قدیم. من کتابامونه و اصلا نمیفهمن داره چی میگه. آها.
These look really good.
به نظر
Oh,
خوب
sure,
میاد.
until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
برق رفت. نه
Alan?
عزیزم من اینجا.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
باش.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
من همینجا.
Please hurry.
نگران نباش عزیزم. منم گفت سریع لطفاً سریع و زود باش. یه دقیقه فکر کردم این دورا کوره منو نکمیه واسه نیزده. آینه.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
دارم پیش آلیس.
Hi.
You okay?
هر بار میگم
I'm
هلو
sorry.
اونم میگه های.
It just really spooked me.
Don't
That's
worry.
actually, yeah.
We'll just break out the candles.
میگه شما
I
رو
know
روشن.
it's stupid, but
میدونم
it's just,
احمقانه است ولی خب
especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
دوستان یه اتفاقاتی
Tell me
داره
a story, writer.
Okay.
همه داستان بگو نویس
I
سنده.
used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
گفتم یه خبراییه. من گفتم یه خبراییه. زشته نگاه نکن. چرا من نگاه میکنم؟ چون من پدر سوختم.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any
sure, sure.
nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake,
You
how are you
okay?
feeling?
چه حسی داری؟
I'm okay. My head's
خوبم.
fine. I had to
سرم
lie
خوبه.
about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for
سردرد باعث
tests.
شد
I
که
couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
میگه فکر
Thanks.
کنم این اتفاقی بعد افتاده باعث شده که شوک کشی تو شوک بری حالت
Well then, Mr.
panic
Wake, we're
attack.
done here.
سایز رسالت
If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you. she's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
میگه که اگه یه وقت چیزی شد دوباره بیا پیشم. بعد این خانم ساراه که پلیس میشه مثلا میگه خیلی آدم خوبیه، مثلا اون باعث شد مثلا الان تو اینجایی و اینا. بعد الان خود الن گفتش که مثلا اون منو آورد اینجا و به خاطر اونه و نمیدونم تنها دکتر رو تنها دکتریه که توی این شهر هست و از این حرف.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Talk to Sarah. Where's Sobat? Okay.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with
Don't do
anything?
nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor.
I need more light. Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light?
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
میگوید که تماسی که داشت انگار که آلیس یه حالت گروگان گرفته بودنش پیشش بوی آقایی. حالا کیه خدا میدونه. من چجوری برم؟
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
خدای انگلیسی ببین نصف نیمه الان فهمیدم. من برو پشت ماشین پلیس و برم بپر اونجا.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my peace.
nerede? Aha. و من میدونم که باید الان برم اونجا چجوری باید برم مهمه. اسکارم که نمیگیره اینجا رو. من چی برم؟ آقا در اینجا هم که باز نمی کنه. دوستان بایستیم الان هم پیش میکنم. ای خدا من چی تو رو بگم. خدا من چی تو رو بگم.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
آره منم که فهمیدم چی گفتی. یه صداهایی میاد.
گم شو بابا! برو بزن باد بیاد بابا!
بگرد اینجا ها رو فکر کنم. این یارو رو بگرد.
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
دوستان تو رو خدا برام کامنت بذارید، تو رو خدا سابسکرایب کنید، تو رو خدا رو آل بذارید که هر وقت ویدیو گذاشتم متوجه بشید و لایک کنید. Exit the sheriff's station. اوکی خارج شیم از اینجا. نه تو رو خدا ما نمیدونستیم exit یعنی چی.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent...
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody.
I'm a Finn, so I was born in Finland and have lived here all my life. At the same time, I've been pretty much raised with American popular culture, comic books, TV, movies, books, and it is a huge part of the inspiration, but it's always felt like, you know, this kind of a unique perspective of using that inspiration, but being outside and looking in, and that gives us a unique perspective.
When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand
just...
what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong.
اصلا چرا وقتی که یه کاراکتر داره صحبت میکنه از اون ور یکی دیگه داره میاد صحبت میکنه من نمیدونم این چجوریه بعد اصلا این ریمستر شده من نمیدونم چرا یه دقیقه وایسی الان که استوب زدم ببینم تنظیماتش میتونم درست کنم اینو با خاموش
It's a good story. Could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
All right, wait here.
همینجا بمون. همین ترجمه که درست گفتم. آها این که بیرونه. چجوری برم؟ اینجوری برم.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing, listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
کلا بازی معروفیه. خیلیا بهم گفتن برو حتما بازی کن. من به خاطر همون خیلیا هم بازیش میکنم. خب اینجا بمونیم نه؟ فرم چی خوندم؟ فارم
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
خب انگاری که این دوستش اومده به ما کمک کنه که با هم دیگه بریم نیویورک فکر کنم. میگفت فقط قر نزن. خودت انتخاب کردی که بیای. وای پام خوابید. بیدار شو بیدار شو.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
میگه تو اینجا بمون. اگه من تا غروب برنگشتم زنگ بزن. مرد. نه تا صبح برنگشتم
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
مواظب باش. خیلی اصلا از توریستا خوششون نمیاد یا همچین چیز. میتونیم بلوط کنیم. این قهوه رو من نفهمیدم. تخت نه سویش نکنی ها. جانم میخواد باتری الان مثلا میخوای برگردی به همون کابین. دستم لرزید چرا؟
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
ماشین ناراحت شد که یوز ندادم. دیگه نمیشه. حالا تا
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
تا الان که چند تا پارچه بازی کردیم نظرتون تا الان چی بوده؟ خوشتون میاد، خوشتون نمیاد؟ بهم بگید. ها دویدنش خیلی رو مخمه. جامپ اسکیر چیزی اصلا هیچی نداره. شاید هم زیاد ترسناک نباشه، معماییه. نمیدونم اصلا هیچی از بازیش نمیدونم، فقط یه
The vision left me weak. There was no head injury. Damn.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody?
این از بازی است که جلوتر میره باحال‌تر میشه فکر کنم.
Help me! Can you hear me?
Hello?
Anyone! Please help!
اوه داغونی شده.
Mr. Wake? It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
Boy. Are you lost, baby girl? خاک دیدم که داریم. بریم بیرون. Get the lights on. همیشه باید چراغای این بازی رو روشن کنیم.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
نه این بازی ترسناکای خارمادری میخواد. خارمادری یعنی خیلی یه سری لفظای منه. خیلی ترسناک. اوپن دوره. خدا کنه داستانش خیلی جذبم کنه، چون این مدل سبکی که الان هست جذبم نکردم، ولی داستانش اگه خوب باشه اصلا دیگه این دو چیزا به چشم نمیاد. برای
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
Chappie.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
بازین اومد با دار دستش. عجب داستانی داریم.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
برو چی گفت؟ بلش
Fishing! Purchase a park. License!
اینم گرفت نکنه یه تو جلدشون ها
Rusty, no! Never! Two bears and wolves never approached any other world closer than...
غلط کردم
Pets must be leashed.
من یک نزدم باید اینوری عادت کنم
To remove any natural objects or historical